what's up? All right. Here we go. Hey, Scopies. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, did it rotate? Did the whole thing rotate?
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. No, it didn't. See, I have a rotation lock on. Oh, no, it's not that one. No. Do this. So we got an Eon right up here on the dashboard. I want to go probably the other way.
Lag.
It's
probably.
No, it'll get better in a minute.
Yeah.
Say hi to the Scopies.
Hello.
There's comm employees everywhere here. We're taking over this town.
Frozen. Is it still frozen?
Is it still frozen? The reception here just isn't really good.
Is that my Eon or no?
No. Your Eon is getting shipped out today, probably. If you got an email yesterday, your Eon ships today.
Yes, frozen. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
It's a lot better now?
Better. All right.
All right. Well, let's wait till we get on the road, and then we have some exciting announcements. Very exciting. So it'll hold now if I engage.
Yeah.
No close lead.
Oh yeah, you need to see the car. Yeah, that's one thing. Like,
but I have my wheel there, right?
yeah, but the model is not.
Oh, it's using the model.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, a bunch of exciting things happened today. Eddie got a promotion. Eddie is now VP of Hardware, and the reason why he's VP of Hardware is because he's figured out how to proceduralize. So you have this thing, you have companies, you have like think of like old school aeronautics companies like Boeing or Lockheed. They manage to produce incredible products with mediocre people. Hang on, I gotta make this turn, I gotta pay attention. All right, we're good. And the way that they do this is through procedure. Model?
Yeah, I mean here it's like, it's never gonna be good. It's model.
It's because of glare or? Terrible. But yeah, so, remember how I promised that we were gonna port to all those Toyotas? I lied. You're gonna port to all the Toyotas. And also, we have a new name for you guys. It's not Team Comma anymore. I really figured out what it was today. You guys are the Comma Army. We really are. We're an army. Like when I talk about winning, who wins? I mean, a team can win, but who really wins? An army. So you guys are the Comma Army, and what we're going to release with this Corolla is a guide on exactly how we did this port. Good, it has a lead. Oh, pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. We're gonna release a guide on exactly how we did this Toyota port, so you guys can follow it up in a whole. There's like 12 Toyotas that can be supported. There's like another 6 Lexuses that can be supported. There's no way we're gonna support all 18, but what we are gonna do is ship. It's not that loud. We're gonna ship really clean, refactored code, and we're gonna ship a guide. So everybody out here watching those Periscopes who has a Toyota will be able to literally port their own car. So if you ever, I'm a big Dan Carlin fan. Are they asking any questions?
Yes. Do we accept high school intern? Of course.
Yeah. We accept high school interns.
What Corolla model? Oh, it's any Corolla model except the IM.
You think that's bad for the car, the noise?
It's okay. I think it's okay. Even with no coding background.
I think it's that loud. Even with no coding background. So here's the thing, you guys. You're all in the Comma Army, right? You're all, and that's really, like Low Gang, Jake Paulers, Comma Army. The way that we're gonna start hiring is basically this. You come up, you work up the ranks through the Comma Army. You start out as a shill. You start out on Slack. You start out submitting pull requests, doing carports. Work your way up. Anybody can become a general in the comma army. This is right? Real vlogger shit. Yeah. But what we're going to do is we're going to really commit this year to making it easier for you guys. To making it easier to meaningfully contribute. One of the things like that keyboard bug, right? Like there's a keyboard bug the first time you install openpilot on... Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it
doesn't
start.
auto?
I know, it's like...
No, it's not going to accelerate, right?
Yeah,
no stop and go.
No
That's too bad. All right. No, just pay attention here, guys. Whoa. Too much. So that is model failure.
Yeah.
But not too bad. Cool. Yeah, I can barely see anything on the camera. I don't know, it's working pretty well. That's all. We didn't have to change any of the safety code, right?
Well, I want to.
You want to change the safety?
There's one change I need to make.
Because of the stickiness?
No, it's because... so basically, this car is lighter, and so the same amount of torque is actually feels way more. And so there is this safety code about how much delta torque we allow between driver and torque that we can command.
Oh.
And so we need to I made the change in control, but
Okay.
I didn't make the change in safety. I think we need to do it.
How bad is it?
I think it's bad.
Okay.
So if you hold it and you release it, you would feel like the car's going pretty fast.
Yeah. The Civic controller is just much better about this. But yeah, so comma army, we're gonna.
How is the Prius hacking going?
Oh, the Prius hack. Oh, it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
So we're also gonna another thing that we're gonna push on is like that. You saw that keyboard thing, right? We don't know why it happens, but what we need to do is we need to get out more build processes and more tools to you guys. So we have a set of internal SKUs for like development tools. We're going to work on making our development tools accessible to anybody in the world. The tools that we're using here to develop everything that you see. We're going to get the NeoS build process working, so you'll actually be able to fix the keyboard and stuff yourself. Maybe, I think we'll even open source. You see the frame around the thing? It's called Plus Frame. I think right now it's closed source. We got to get this stuff open sourced. So we're going to get more stuff open sourced and more development process available to anyone in the comma army to contribute.
So Camry is coming, right? Camry is one of the cars that is going to be like easily ported.
You'll be able to literally follow our guide and do a port on the Camry, the 2018 Camry.
Yeah.
Like no, can we say no coding experience required for the guide? You think we can get it down to that point?
Probably. Depends. I think like some variant, for example, like the Camry or like different trims can be done with no guidance, like no coding experience. If it's just a matter of like fingerprint differences, it's very easy. So, Civic guide. Well, so the guide is going to be general, and we can make one for the Toyotas, and the one for the Hondas is going to be very, very similar.
I mean, yeah, we're really going to push on Toyotas and Lexuses this year. But no, we can. Yeah, how different do you think the Honda will be? Maybe we should do the same refactor. I think it's worth it.
Oh, we are going through the same refactor for Honda
cool.
and Toyota.
Cool.
But I mean, there are a few things that needs to be changed differently, just because like interfaces, APIs are different. Which year and model Civic is best? Civic after 2016 is supported.
You gotta have Honda sensing, and it can't be
Yes.
a hatchback Civic.
Correct.
Hondas are really annoying because there's lots of like different variants to them. But yeah, we open source all this stuff. I think a lot of it is too hard to use right now for a lot of people. We need to make it dumb easy to use. You ever see the Ethereum documentation? That's where we need to go. I mean, Vitalik's building an army over there too. The future is this armies. Army.
And Hyundai, we didn't look into Hyundai yet, but that's something that you guys.
So that's definitely doable. That's going to require programming experience.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing a port to another Honda and Toyota, there might be no programming experience required. If you're doing a port to a different kind of car, you're going to need programming experience, but 2 people out there have managed to do it. We need to proceduralize all of this stuff.
So when these will be, when this Toyota part will be available, probably next release?
Next release, so when do you think the guide will be done?
I mean, before, it depends when we do next release.
The fusion worked. Look at that, it fused.
Yeah.
All the vision fusion. I've never seen that work.
Why would the hatchback not be supported? Well, it's totally different CAN interfaces. And there is no easy access to control longitudinal control for the hatchback one.
Yeah, you have to hack the radar, because a lot of the stuff's done down in the radar. But people are always asking, why is it not supported? Do you have a Toyota Highlander? You'll be able to support that now yourself. You'll be able to follow our easy-to-use guide, and you'll be able to port it yourself.
Yeah, you need to make it so easy to use, even a baby can use it.
We got to get Plus Frame open sourced. We got to get all that stuff should be open. There's no reason it shouldn't be.
Why comma.ai does not need Mobileye vision chip?
Because we have our own. It's called Vision D. We're using state-of-the-art machine learning from crowdsourced data from the whole comma army. The real pawns in the comma army. I mean, it's not even an offensive title, you guys. If you're out there collecting data with Schiffer, I think that makes you a pawn in the comma army. You come into the...
Oh, that's me.
You come into the, we can turn the scopies off if you got to take that.
No, I don't need to take it.
You got a pawn in the comma army. If you come on Slack, you start helping people out. I think that makes you a bishop. Right? I'm gonna take some chess. I'm gonna take some chess rankings. Comma army. Maybe. There's not enough chess pieces to have titles, right? Maybe we'll work on real military titles. I'm gonna look up military titles. We're gonna work on some real titles for the comma army. Eventually, you come and work here. You get to lead the army from actual headquarters, guys. We're in this to win. Like, man, not like a team wins, like an army wins. This isn't football. This is war. I mean, and that's the where was I just reading this?
Catholic Church priced hierarchy.
We can look into that one too.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm religious. Yeah, no, but that's like it is. I forget where I was reading that. Steve Yege just quit Google. And I think that's how he really described it. He really described it as like the competition between these companies is not a football game; it is war. And we're about ready to really ratchet up the game. We have something really big happening that I can't talk about right now, but it's really big. You guys will find out about it by the end of the year. If you thought the HD Maps thing was big, this is bigger than the HD Maps thing. I can't talk about it right now, but it's gonna give. Let's just say, man, remember that time that the Europeans were losing World War II and the Americans showed up? It's kind of like that. Remember that time? Comma army. All right, we'll drive the loop.
So, why Tesla struggles without Mobileye and we don't?
This thing has a lot of torque. Why does Tesla struggle without Mobileye?
Yeah.
Because they're noobs. No. I don't know. Is AP2 really that bad? Like, is this thing really better than AP2? If that's true, then that is sad. I don't know. I drove a car once with AP2 back in the day. This is certainly way better than it was back in the day. But by now, they really haven't managed to make it on par with this. That's surprising to me. Why does Tesla struggle without the Mobileye chip? Because, well, it's infrastructure, really. Like, Mobileye has tons and tons and tons of training data that they were testing their stuff on. Only recently has Tesla started getting data back from its fleet. And you have to build a lot of infrastructure to use that data meaningfully.
There was a good one before. What was you saying? Oh, are you worried that it's going to be harder to hack car because like they're going to be locking down interfaces.
You guys, look at Apple and Sony. These companies have spent millions and millions of dollars on security, and they couldn't stop me. Do you really think the car companies can stop me? This is just like this is clearly just not thought through. The people who like say this about comma.ai, like how are they going to lock it? Oh, they're going to put encryption on it with keys. Oh wow, encryption and keys. We're foiled. You know what? Actually, the joke, if they switch to some like more standard encryption and more standard keys and more standard ways of doing things, it would actually be easier for me. Like the whole annoyance about hacking the Toyotas is they have everything custom and proprietary. It's security through obscurity. It's a terrible idea for security, but people like me who are really good at breaking like traditional security systems that you'll find on like phones or video game consoles that are actually like good, you just gotta muddle through the obscurity. Though I'm getting way better at hacking the car stuff too.
Well, also like everything is going to the easier direction. Like platforms are becoming so more common. Like all the Toyotas are now much common to each other than before. They share same APIs, same ECUs, same messaging. So it's actually becoming easier.
As A16Z would say, software's eating the world. I mean, and that's what this is, right? Like when you had like every like the Civic and the Accord using different stuff. Why? You got to API-ify that. Oh, I got a little confused there even.
Yeah.
Oh. That's okay. And this is with the patch?
So the patch doesn't affect the amount of torque that it puts if you don't touch anything.
No, but that was me holding it back.
Yeah, that's with the patch.
Yeah, look at that. That's with the patch? I think we might even have to go more.
Yes.
So what it's 500. What is it now on this?
350.
350? Yeah. Yeah. That overshoot, man.
But so the other thing is like the rates. So we can change the rates proportionally, like the steering rate.
Well, the rates aren't a safety thing. I mean, I don't know. This is certainly not as bad as it like used to be. I'm scared now what it would be at 500. I do think this is a safety thing.
Yeah, no, 500 is too much.
Yeah. How are we gonna like program that into the Panda?
Initialization.
You know, like have it.
Yeah. I mean, we need to initialize different. We use the initialization. I think we're already doing it for. We already have the thing in place. So we have the Toyota that allows all the output. So it's just like changing some parameters based on initialization.
Yeah. So you just want to give them like different safety mode IDs. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. We'll have to bump the panel firmware version. That's something else we should do. I mean, that's going to be the last step of the porting guide. We got to talk about safety. We got to talk about the safety checks. We talk a bit. There's a pretty guys. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, but it's not the big. Okay, how about this? You all seem to think AP2 sucks, right? AP2 has 6 cameras. Sounds like more cameras aren't the solution, right? More cameras are necessary, but they're not. That's a new banned question. That's a new band. The more camera question is banned, and the when will my car be supported question should be responded to with a here is the guide for porting. It's not that we don't think more cameras are necessary. It's that we don't think more cameras are at all the hard part, right? You guys know what the like you ever hear like cargo cult engineering? No fusion. That one was hard. Cargo cult engineering. You had these people. They were on like a Pacific island, and the U.S. would go there during World War II. They used it as a base to invade the Japanese, and these people were like indigenous people. They had like sticks and rocks, and I don't even know if they had farming. They might have had farming, but like we're talking real Stone Age stuff here. Then these planes come out of the sky, U.S. military planes, with things like MREs. Now, I've eaten an MRE. It's pretty disgusting. But if all your life you've eaten like nuts and berries to first even be exposed to any like sort of the richness of modern food, and they had incredible things. They had like things like cans. I mean, even the most indigenous people can see a can and can appreciate it. Wow. Like compare like a bucket to a coconut shell. It's no comparison, right? So these absolute marvels practically fell out of the sky. The war ended and the planes stopped coming. So what did these people do? Well, they didn't really know how to make the planes come back, but they really wanted the planes to come back, so the planes had great stuff on them, so they built planes. Now, they very clearly didn't build working planes. They built wooden things that looked like planes. And this is what I mean by cargo cult engineering, right? And you see a lot of this in the self-driving car world today. You'll see people who don't actually know how to build a self-driving car, because that's a really hard problem, just like building a plane. But building something that looks like a self-driving car is what a lot of these companies do, right? Just like kind of, well, we'll put a bunch of LiDARs on it, we'll put a bunch of radars on it. I'm not going to call out the worst offenders on this, because some of them are okay people. But the point is, all of the hard problems are solvable with a single camera. Then shipping cameras is an incredibly easy problem. So that's why that's a banned question.
Right. More questions.
It's doing pretty well.
He's doing well. So
I mean, it's a little jerky. It has the same sort of thing as the Prius.
yeah, well, it's different. So I think it's the same as the RAV4.
Oh, you think this is the same as the RAV4?
Yes.
The RAV4 I thought was smoother than this.
Well, so the RAV4 because there is a lot more resistance. Like it's a heavier car.
Yeah. Could the Prius
This
thing,
one can kind of freely move.
Can the Prius thing just be caused by the weight of the car?
Well, no, because it's not heavier than the RAV4.
No, but that's what I mean. It's lighter than the RAV4.
Yeah, but this is way lighter than the Prius.
This is way lighter than the Prius.
Oh, yeah.
Why, no battery?
It's no battery. Yeah. It's like 2,800 pounds.
Yeah, well, that's some serious torque.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the same max torque, just like much lighter car.
Yeah.
And bigger steer ratio too.
Bigger meaning...
Like for 1 Newton meter at the steering wheel, it's more at the wheels.
The Fusion got good today. Look at that.
Yeah. It's braking. Which Panda are you running?
White Panda.
White Panda.
White Panda. Gray Pandas are still got a bit of work. Yeah, so we're going to start shipping those out pretty soon. Does anyone remember the Gray Panda contest? If nobody remembers the Gray Panda contest, we just won't give any out. Hi, Scobies. Comma Army.
How do you deal with parking all your cars in a chef?
We stack them vertically. We have an elevator. No, we're in the suburbs, bros. Without disengagements. It is jerking.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this?
Yeah, I mean it has more torque, and so as soon as it wants to change, it changes.
Yeah, but is this like a static friction, dynamic friction kind of problem? Like, is because of our ramp up, it like winds up and then gets to a point where it can put real torque?
Actually, no, I don't think this one has much that problem. It's not like the previous. I think it's really like the RAV4 more.
Why is it doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, the model's not doing that.
No, the model is not. It's probably not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a look in Cabana, see why it's like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's all MPC determining this too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we can check the command versions.
Yeah.
What about replacing a phone camera with a better quality one?
You guys, it's not the sensors. It's not the sensors. None of the problems in openpilot are caused by the sensors.
Does Fusion come in next update? Actually, it's already in. It's not super good. It's gonna get better over time.
Oh yeah, the Vision AR Fusion.
Yeah.
Tesla just
Or you mean, well, maybe they were thinking about...
the Ford Fusion.
The Fusion, Fusion is not going to be
Guys, you know how I feel about Ford.
What happens if somebody runs across the road?
All right. I would step on the brakes. Would the system stop? Maybe. Would I stop? Yeah. Pay attention at all times, guys. Oh man, we gotta come up with army titles. Oh. Do I have to do it? No, I don't have to do it later. Nice.
What is your background, Ricky? How did you learn car control? I studied at a university. Then I worked a few years at Tesla. And now comma doing the same thing, so I did documentation of writing into CAN bus by comma.ai.
Yeah, so you can go to, it really depends. Okay, so that's the thing. I normally hear a question like that and I get frustrated. And this is a personal failing. Oh, the phrasing was writing into the CAN bus. Like that.
Yeah.
So this is like how I do interviews, right? Like if I hear a phrasing like that, I get frustrated because it's like writing into the CAN bus. No, you write into a television show to ask them why you killed your favorite character, right? So what do you want to write to the CAN bus is the real question. Now, unfortunately, there really aren't. I always say things like it's not my job to educate you, but that isn't true. Like, it is my job to educate you. If we're going to win as an army, imagine a general that told his soldiers, look, guys, we gave you the gun. It's not my job to educate. Would that army win wars? No, that army wouldn't win wars. So it is my job to educate you. And I have to think about really what the best way to do this is. So when you're writing to the CAN bus, there's a few reasons you might want to do this. If you're writing to the CAN bus the way openpilot writes to the CAN bus, this isn't the right place to educate either. You know, somebody, I'd be so happy, comma army, who wants a promotion? We don't have the titles yet, but who wants a promotion? I'm going to explain some stuff now. If you guys write this up and can come up with the corroborating references and put it on the wiki and then point people to it, that would be incredible. Okay, so openpilot replaces ECUs. ECUs communicate with each other over the CAN bus, and they send CAN messages to each other. So when you tap in and you use like a Panda and Cabana, you're seeing all the ECUs communicating with each other. You can unplug an ECU, and what you'll find is that some messages stop being sent. So what we do for the Toyota is we unplug this ECU. This ECU is a camera, and that lets us send the command to turn the wheel. We also unplug the driving support ECU to send the acceleration command. But this is like replacing ECUs. A lot of the tutorials you're going to find on the internet for sending to the CAN bus are using this like ISO-TP standard. With ISO-TP, there's like an API which you can use to talk to different ECUs. This is not how ECUs talk to each other. So there's kind of two disparate uses of the CAN bus. There's the like, this message is constantly always being sent. And then there's the, hi, can you please tell me the VIN number of the car? Okay, here's the VIN number of the car. So if you're interested in the first one, read openpilot. If you're interested in the second one, read examples ISO-TP in the Panda library. But yeah, we need to like have resources like that, right? And you can't even really fault people. Like I think about how long it took me to kind of learn this stuff. I mean, it was quick, but like, it wasn't like I went somewhere and could Google it. It was I had to figure things out for 3 months, right? Like that people don't realize that like, well, the ODB port on a lot of older cars is just directly connected to the CAN bus of the car on pin 6 and 14. On newer cars, it's sent through a gateway ECU. Like on the Tesla, you'll see nothing at all. Even on Toyotas, you don't really get much. So to start to document that, to start to realize that like cars have different CAN buses, what a giraffe actually does. How many soldiers out there know what a soldier, comma army man? How many of y'all know what? I forgot what I was gonna say.
The CAN bus.
Yeah, we're talking about the CAN bus. But more like, I mean, I think about like my initial journey with the Acura. And by the way, guys, like things have gotten a ton easier than when I started. When I started, I didn't know that like there was that CAN bus on the OBD. Oh, so yeah. You have these CAN gateways, right? How many of you know what a giraffe does? Is my question. Like, how many of you really understand why you need a giraffe, what that's doing, and how you might build a giraffe for another car? I know there's a bunch of you that do, but like, how common knowledge is that? From the inside, I don't really know.
Let's see what they say. But in the meanwhile, some quick catch up. What is that wire on the pillar? That's the power, like custom power. Toyota unfortunately don't have like custom power up there to the camera, so we run a wire just for commodity. It's actually isn't needed. We can just like, we can disengage it.
Oh no, but I'll lose it. I'll lose it.
Put 3.
Well, if I put, I can put 3. Okay.
Yeah, and then you turn off. Yeah, so it's not needed actually.
Oh, guys, I disconnected it. We're gonna crash.
So, And which model year is this car? This is a 2017 Toyota Corolla.
Oh, I want that stop and go. Sounds like someone who's hacking the Toyotas. They're gonna do a better job. Cool. All right, I consider this definitely a shippable experience. The wheel could be a little less jerky.
Okay.
And the brake, there's nothing we can do about that. That's always going to be allowed, and stop and go could work. But yeah, no, wow, these things have serious torque.
Yeah, these one is more than the others.
Do you think they did like a torque injection functional safety thing? And they declared this to be okay?
No, I think they have other limitations. You mean like full torque?
Yeah.
The main thing is the torque rate. I don't really think it's like full torque.
But do you think they considered like anything you could send to the ECU to be like okay and QM?
Well, I'm sure they have torque rate limitations.
Where though? In the steering ECU?
What they do have in the steering ECU, which is, well, okay, it's much higher than what I would consider safe.
Yeah, exactly. Me too, right?
And also the max torque is, well, the max torque is okay.
I think the max
it's a
torque's
steering
okay.
rate.
Yeah.
It's like 50 unit per second per
per update. Yeah. We limit the safety even more in the Panda for the Toyotas. But cool Scopies, thanks for joining Comma Army. We're coming to you with ranks. We're gonna really. This is gonna be the year. And guys, some of you are gonna get rich. Like, you think I'm kidding? Some of you are gonna get rich. All right. Later.
Bye, guys. This thing.